Hey friends, Island Homesteader here. Hey, if you remember from several weeks ago that palm tree flower that I showed the bees on, let's go pick some palm tree fruit. So this is the Pindo Palm, also called a jelly palm, because you make jelly from the fruit. And this is what the fruit looks like. This is what you get when you had bees pollinating like we had over here pollinating. That is a full cluster of fruit. It starts out like this, and then it turns orange when it gets ripe, and it all ripens really fast. This happened in just a couple of days. You see they start falling off on the ground. That's how you can tell when they're really ripe, is when they fall off on the ground. But we found out that there's lots of things apparently that like them, because as soon as they get on the ground they start getting eaten up. You can see some right there, that's eaten up, and this is eaten up. So I try to get out here and pick them as soon as I can. I'm probably going to pick pretty much this whole cluster today, and then I'm going to freeze it and make jelly out of it later when things calm down some this winter. It's kind of an unusual flavor. It's kind of a sweet and tart flavor at the same time, and it's got a seed in the middle of it. It's kind of like a, I don't know, like a little apricot or something. It's kind of what it reminds me of with the seed on it. But what I read also is that the fiber in it, it's a very fibrous fruit. It's not just a real, juicy, soft fruit. It's a very fibrous fruit, and apparently the fiber upsets a lot of people's stomach. It's just too much for their digestive system to handle. So the best thing to do with it is to get the juice out of it and cook it down and make it like a jelly. So that's what my plan is. So let me get to picking. I've got my plastic bowl out here, and let me get this clump picked, and then we'll get them in the house. All right, there we go. I filled that bowl up, and it's a big bowl. It's a couple of gallons probably. So what I'll do now is I'm going to just rinse them in the sink, probably with a little vinegar, and then just get them in the freezer. I'm going to freeze them and use them later to make jam or the jelly with. And what I read is a lot of people say it's a lot easier once you freeze them to get the seeds out of them. So that's what I'll do. I'll freeze them. You see, they're not very big. Each one's not very big. That'd be a lot of cutting. People say they just freeze them and then they just smash them, still frozen, and you can pull the seed out that way. So that's what I'm going to try. I'm just going to get all of these washed off, rinsed off some, and get them in some freezer bags and get them in the freezer. So thanks everybody for watching. When it comes time to make jelly, I'll make sure I make a video of that as well and bring you guys along. Thanks again for watching, and God bless.